I see so many therapists and practitioners out there just making this mistake of trying to be a jack of all trades and master of none. And on this podcast, I really dove into this idea of what the purpose of a business is, which is basically to solve problems and help as many people as possible. And so many therapists out there think they need to do everything. They need to do relaxation. They can do therapeutic. They might do some cupping, some stretching. And none of it is actually getting to the true cause of what's going on and solving problems. So I got real ranty. I used a lot of harsh language, which is okay because that usually means that I'm fired up. But in this episode, I really dive into the idea of pick a lane and decide what you want to be, a relaxation therapist or a therapeutic therapist, because there's simplicity in focusing on one thing and solving one problem at a time. I hope you enjoy the show. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Soft Tissue Revolution podcast, where we teach massage therapists a new treatment system that focuses on working smarter, not harder, allowing them to cut their treatment times by 50% so they can avoid burnout and help more people get out of pain. Dr. Matt Maggio here. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the podcast. I appreciate all the support, all the downloads we get from all over the world. And man, my voice is cracked there. From all over the world, and people that just reach out and want to be better versions of themselves. Because at the end of the day, we got to get better care to people on the front end, when they're injured, because conservative care sucks. People aren't getting good care, and then they end up on a surgeon's table, getting injections, getting hooked on pain pills, and things are bad. So we all got to step up and provide excellent care. So let's jump right into it. Relaxation or therapeutic? Stop doing both and stay in a lane. This podcast got inspired or triggered. I interact with a lot of people. I'm actually very approachable on the social medias, specifically like on Instagram and LinkedIn. People message me and they're surprised that I actually message back. I'm here to talk and learn and, give as much knowledge as possible and help everyone else. And they can help me back as well. And a lot of people reach out to me and they're like, yeah, I love your idea of shorter treatment times. I love the idea of like more effective, more therapeutic, more solution-based, but you know what? Like I have to also offer the relaxation in there too, because people need to relax. They need to kind of unwind. They're really just stressed out to the max and I have to help them. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And at the end of the day, like anyone can help somebody relax, unwind, feel a little bit better, but there's very few out there that can actually help people function better and eventually feel better as well. That's the people that I'm trying to talk to across the board. And understand that you're doing too much of everything. You're a jack of all trades, master of none, and that really can put you in a bad spot. So what is the true purpose of a business? When you look at a business, it really has two purposes and two goals to go towards. Number one is you solve problems. Yeah. Number two, you help as many people as possible. So yeah, solve problems and help as many people as possible. Like I get it. I understand people are stressed the fuck out and they need to relax and they need to unwind. And I'm all for that as well. Like I like to get a relaxation massage, probably not as often as I should, but yeah, it's nice to lay down on the table, unwind, relax, just not worry about shit for a while and just feel happy and feel good. But it's not fixing anything. And there is a need for that. I get that. But the problem is if you're trying to also do therapeutic and relaxation in one, you're missing the boat and you're not really focusing on anything and it's putting you in a bad spot. And like I said, if you want to be the relaxation person, like I'm all for that. If you want to be the energy healer, I'm all for that. If you want to be the crystal healer, I'm all for that. If you want to do lymphatic stuff, I'm all for that. But just stay in your fucking lane. Quit trying to do everything. And this is what happens so much is massage therapists especially, they just want to do every single fucking modality out there. And it's not, they're just not good at any of it. They're just throwing a bunch of shit at the wall and kind of seeing what sticks. And, they'll do a little bit of everything and they'll dabble in the therapeutic. They'll dabble in this. They took some seminar over the weekend and they're going to try this. And they're never really getting towards that mastery and that skill set of just being so fucking good at one thing and doubling down on that and solving people's problems and helping more people. Like I said, you're so stuck in that mode of being a jack of all trades, master of none. So I get a lot of people that reach out and they're like, yeah, yours sounds good, but I'm afraid to change it up and switch it up. My clients expect me to do the relaxation and a little bit of therapeutic. And I'm like, you can keep lying to yourself and saying that you're actually doing something because you're not. And I'm not speaking to those people anymore. Who I'm speaking to, and if you're listening to this and you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you've been downloading it, you've been reaching out, you've gone through some of my online training, you've reached out to me, I'm speaking to you. I'm speaking to the problem solvers. And if you're a relaxation person, like, hey, that's cool for you, but you ain't even on our fucking level. Get out of our way and let us do the things that we need to do. Because at the end of the day, we need to solve more problems. We need to help people get their injuries fixed, addressed, figured out in the right way. I don't give a fuck if they need to relax. Like, that's fine, but anyone can help you relax, and very few people can actually get you functioning better, moving better, and feeling better for a sustained period of time. I've gone back and forth across the board, and this is my goal at the end of the day. This is why I started the Soft Tissue Revolution. This is why I get on here every week, even though I don't have to, because I run a very successful and busy practice, but I have to get this care out to more people and help, because I want to solve the pain pill epidemic. The pain pill epidemic is awful. My father overdosed and died on pain pills after 7 surgeries he didn't need. This shit is real. My stepbrother, after my dad died, got into his pain pills. He overdosed and died at 27. I know people that are dying every day. Things are getting worse, and no one's stepping the fuck up and actually talking about what the problem is. The problem is people aren't getting proper diagnoses. They're not getting proper evaluations. They're not getting good care on the front end, and they have to resort to this other shit across the board. So I'm talking to you from a moral standpoint. Like, people have to step up. We have to help more people. And if you're sitting there and you're like, well, I only can see 20, 30 people a week, maybe 35, but I have to do the relaxation. What happens is you're limiting the capacity of how many people you can see. What did I say in the intro? What do I say all the time? I show you a new system so you can work 50% less. So you're not beat the fuck up. You're not burnt out. You're not going at the end of the week like, oh my God, I can't do any more because you're on your feet for so fucking long. In my system, you're working less than 15 hours a week, but you're helping way more people. You can see 30, 40, 50 people a week, and you know what? You're actually fucking fixing them, and you're helping them feel better, function better. They don't give a shit that you made them relax. They care that you can actually solve their problem. I'm getting really ranty here, but I've been getting really fucking fired up lately. Just like the limiting beliefs. And you're like, well, I have to do things a certain way because that's just what it is. No, you can do whatever you want. And if you can fix a problem faster than anyone else, you are 10 times more fucking valuable. And I'm seeing this across the board. People pay top dollar to go to therapists and practitioners that are trained in my methods, and they pay for it up front because it's important, it's valuable. I had a guy that came in my clinic this week. He lost his job because his neck was so fucked up and no one was been able to actually fix him and help him. And yeah, I'm expensive, but you know what? I'm the most value because I'm actually solving his problem. And he had no problem shelling out a significant amount of money because he wants to get better. These are the clients you need to go after, not the people that just want to come in, watch the clock and get their hour or 2-hour session and have you be like, think you're actually doing something, because you're not. And that's okay. I might trigger you when I say that. Yeah, you're helping them feel better, but you're not doing anything. And if you're spending 1 to 2 hours with every client, how many can you really see in a week? You're burnt the fuck out. You're stressed. You know you're going through the motions. You know you're not critically thinking. You have them jump on the table and you pop right in and you're like, all right, let's just rub some shit and see what happens and see where I go. And you can sit there and be like, well, I'm an intuitive healer and I can connect with their energy and I know exactly what's going on. Get the fuck out of here with that stuff. Like, that shit don't work. It isn't fixing anything. You have to get to the root cause of what the problem is and fix the problem. Imagine taking your car to the mechanic with the check engine light on and he goes, hey, yeah, I'm not going to run any diagnostics. I'm just going to get right in there and just start banging on shit. You would never accept that. But so many of you therapists do that. You just jump right into the treatment and you think you're going to figure it out as you go, and you're getting lackluster results. And people, even when they're fucked up, when they have an injury, they don't take you seriously. You're like the last person that they want to see because they don't respect you as a true practitioner. I think I'm going to make a more in-depth podcast about that. So I talk about things all the time and looking at analogies, and analogies are really good. And I did an in-depth on this on a past podcast, like going into what I learn and see from a dental office. And there's 2 types of people in the dentist's office, not dental office. There's the hygienist. You know, what is a hygienist? The hygienist is paid off for their time. they're pretty similar to everyone else out there. There might be someone that can clean your teeth a little quicker, maybe a little less pain, scrapes that plaque just a little bit better. And you're really looked at more of like a maintenance type of person, not an actual treatment. I would say 95% of the massage profession are hygienists, which is why they struggle. They get paid for their time. They're not making the money they want to see. They're burnt out. They only get clients in to get some basic work done. And that's where you're stuck in. You're stuck in being the hygienist. And people that do relaxation, you're the hygienist. And that's fine. You can make a good life and have a good living being a hygienist, but there ain't no hygienist out there just like totally changing someone's life. And when you can fix their problem, when you help them get out of pain, avoid surgery, stay the fuck off pain pills, you're going to change their life. You're not going to be doing that if you're the hygienist. Now, the dentist is a problem solver. The dentist gets paid more. They get paid for the results. They're not watching the clock during the treatment. You never had anyone go, oh, well, hey, Mr. Dentist, you drilled this cavity out and I wanted you to take an hour, but you only did 10 minutes. So I'm going to need you to get in there and drill some more. No, they're just glad to get rid of their problem because it goes back to the factors of what the purpose of a business is. Solve problems and help as many people as possible. Oh, man, forgot to breathe there. But I think that's I hit all those points and just pick a lane. If you want to be the relaxation person, that's totally cool. Like be that. People need to relax and they need to unwind. But there's more people out there that actually need their problem solved in a quick, efficient, safe, effective, durable manner. And those are the people that I am talking to. I want to talk to people that want to be the motherfucking dentist and get the life, get the business, get the practice that they deserve. Quit being so beat up, getting your body wrecked and just going through the motions and getting stuck in the service-based mentality and switch to a solution-based mentality. So a couple action steps for you here. Understand. If you pick one thing and you focus on it, that is what truly scales. Simplicity scales. And it might be boring, but you know what? It's better for everyone else out there. And you're a true expert and sharp as a tack in what you do. And you get the reputation in your area as a problem solver. If someone has a certain injury, they're going to know to come see you. They're not going to bother going to the bullshit chiropractor, the bullshit physical therapist, or the bullshit primary care physician that isn't going to solve any problems. They're coming to you because you got that reputation. Number 2, there is a huge need for problem solvers. I've talked about this in just exhaustive I can't even talk. I've talked about this so much, but at the end of the day, shit's going to get real tight. And if you are a problem solver, you're going to survive the recession. You're going to survive inflation, all that stuff, because people will pay for things that actually solve problems when money gets tight. Number 3, commit and get great. Understand that you can be so much better. Be humble and understand that each day you can get a little bit better and learn from other people like me that have gone along the journey and are out there sharing this information, because I don't really care about anything else about getting, except for getting this care to more people and helping people stay the fuck off pain pills. And lastly, if I triggered you and you're like, well, he doesn't understand, like you got to spend an hour with somebody, you got to get them to relax, like maybe examine why I triggered you and understand that there's some truth behind it and that you're just doing way too much. You're beating your body the fuck up and you're not really solving any problem. So do you actually have a business? That might be hard to hear too. Do you have a business? Are you solving problems? Are you helping as many people as possible? Because a lot of what you people have is a service, and a service is fine. It'll help you and you'll make decent money. But what kind of impact are you really making at the end of the day? Are you getting really fucking excited to get up every morning knowing you're going to get in there and help people get out of pain for good, get them functioning better, get them moving better, getting them feeling better so they can go back to work, they can play with their kids, they can be the best version of themselves, and it can put you in a whole different level. Whew, that's all I got. If you haven't gone and got the training modules, I put those out there. Really just helps you get an idea around the idea that you can work 50% less. You can be more functional based. You can be more solution based. I appreciate you guys listening. And if I triggered you, that's totally fine. I'm just trying to speak some truth. And sometimes in the truth is something you need to hear. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Thanks so much for listening. If you want help on the path to being able to double your income, all while working 50% less and being taken seriously as a healthcare provider, I have some great resources for you. Number 1, get access to our free training modules and introduction to my system, the Peak Method. Number 2, subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Soft Tissue Revolution. Links to all of this can be found in the show notes. Lastly, if you like the show, please leave us a 5-star review and share it with others that you know it could help.